When we think performance, many of us picture targets, deadlines, and matrices. But the truth is that performance isn't just about achieving numbers, it's about creating an environment where people are motivated to do their best, where they feel genuinely supported, and where there is a collective sense of purpose that drives everyone forward. Hello, everyone. My name is Major Amit. I am a life coach, consultant, trainer, and an author. Today, we're going to dive into an exciting topic, which is how to build a culture in your team and organization that enhances employee performance. Now, building a culture that boosts performance means putting people first in a way that makes them want to bring their best to work each day. A supportive culture isn't only about providing right resources or training, it's about setting up systems and values that make employees feel valued, respected, and part of a shared mission. Now, this approach is especially important in today's world where employees are looking for more than just a job. They want a workplace that aligns with their values and allows them to grow in their life, in their career. Now, the first step to building performance driven culture is to ensure that there is a strong sense of purpose behind everything you do. Now, people perform at their best when they know they are part of something bigger than themselves. When employees understand the larger mission of the organization, it adds meaning to their day to day tasks. They don't just see themselves as someone checking off tasks on a list, they feel they're part of a team that's contributing to a shared goal of the organization. Now, this sense of purpose has a tremendous impact on motivation and, by extension, performance. Imagine a company like Tata Group in India, known for its commitment to social responsibility. Now, when employees know their work contributes to a company that's improving lives across communities, it ignites a sense of pride and purpose. Now, this isn't just about corporate social responsibility, it's about infusing that mission into the company's culture in a way that reminds everyone of their impact. Now, another powerful aspect of performance driven culture is trust and autonomy. Now, imagine you are in a job where every little decision has to be approved by the supervisor. After a while, you'll probably feel stifled and maybe even disengaged. On the other hand, when you are given the autonomy to make decisions and your supervisor has trust in your judgment, it communicates respect and confidence in your abilities. Empowerment goes a long way in boosting motivation and performance. Trusting your employees is one of the greatest motivators as it gives them the opportunity to shine and space to innovate. Now, feedback and development are crucial in building a culture that enhances performance. Often, feedback in organization is seen as something formal and periodic, once in a year or maybe twice a year. Now, but to really boost performance, feedback needs to be continuous and development. When feedback becomes regular, ongoing process, it's no longer about pointing out mistakes, but about helping people improve and grow. Now, this type of feedback culture builds resilience and it encourages people to take constructive insights positively rather than being defensive about it. Now, they see it as a they see it as a means to grow and succeed. Now, another strategy for enhancing performance is recognizing and rewarding employees meaningfully. Now, recognition goes beyond awards and titles, right? It's about acknowledging hard work in a way that feels personal and genuine. When employees know their efforts are valued, they feel motivated to continue performing at a high level. Now, recognition can take many forms. It could be a simple thank you note, or a shout out during a team meeting, or a more formal acknowledgement through an Employee of the Month program, for example. But the key is to make it sincere. That's very, very important. Many organizations have implemented meaningful recognition programs that are tailored to different teams and individuals. They recognize not only individual achievements but also team successes. Now, by celebrating contributions in a way that resonates with the recipients, companies foster a positive culture that encourages continued performance and engagement. Recognizing and rewarding employees sends a message that their hard work is noticed, appreciated, and is instrumental to the organization's success. Now, accountability is another cornerstone of high performance culture. Now, in a healthy workplace, accountability is seen as something positive rather than punitive. Now, when employees hold themselves actionable for their responsibilities and when leaders model this behavior, it creates a culture where everyone is focused on delivering their best work. Emphasize accountability by setting clear goals and use matrices to track progress. Leaders are expected to hold themselves accountable first, setting an example for the rest of the organization. Now, when accountability becomes a self-driven, it becomes a part of daily operations, employees start to internalize it. Now, this creates a self-driven workforce that is committed to high standards and focused on continuous improvement. And finally, a culture that supports performance isn't only about work, it's about a balance. When people are encouraged to maintain healthy work life balance and take care of their well being, they're more focused, energized, and ready to give in their best at work. Performance thrives when employees aren't burnt out. It's essential to create an environment that respects personal time and encourages rest. In many companies I have worked with, well-being programs are integrated into the workplace, from flexible schedules to health initiatives. When people know their personal life matters to the organization, they're more likely to bring a positive attitude to work, which then translates into better performance. The employees who feel valued as individuals, not just as mere workers, are more dedicated to the organization's goals. Now, building a culture that boosts employee performance is about setting the right foundation. A foundation built on purpose, trust, feedback, recognition, accountability, and balance. Now, each of these elements create an environment where people feel empowered and motivated to excel. Now, this approach fosters not just better performance but also deeper engagement and loyalty. Now, when leaders actively work on building this culture, they don't just enhance productivity, they create a workplace where employees feel valued, supported, and inspired. And remember, people perform their best when they are part of an organization that respects them and encourages their growth.